Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is Gaming What's Up and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to go ahead and talk about specialists here in Black Ops 4 once again. Now, I've been meaning to do this video for a while now, but I guess I never really had the time to do so because of everything else that's been coming up in regards to Call of Duty in general, such as the Modern Warfare and Ghost 2 rumors, which, by the way, I made a couple of videos about that topic, so if you guys want to go ahead and check those out, feel free to do so. But anyways, when it comes to specialists in general, have you guys noticed how they seem to be a little bit more annoying to players here in Black Ops 4 than previous titles such as Black Ops 3 or even Infinite Warfare, which by the way also had specialists in their game? And honestly, I find myself to be in this category of players as well. As much as I love Black Ops 4 and enjoy playing it a lot, I'm noticing how even I generally don't like the specialists here in BO4 versus something like Black Ops 3 as I just mentioned. But why is that? Why are players finding the specialists to be more annoying here in Black Ops 4? Well, the answer to my question is because of this. This right here is the main reason to why specialists aren't enjoyable as you might think they would be here in Black Ops 4. The special issue equipment. Now, before I go ahead and get into anything else, let's quickly hop back onto a game such as Black Ops 3. As you guys can see on your screen, when it comes to the specialists in Black Ops 3, you are able to choose either a weapon or a special ability of the specialist you wanted to use. You, however, couldn't equip both. This is why the specialists seem like that they were more tolerable back in a game such as BO3, because you only had to worry about that one extra feature of that specialist that he or she might be carrying. Now, on the flip side of things, when we go ahead and take a look at Infinite Warfare, they stepped it up by just a little bit. They made it to where you can equip two different abilities for your specialist, or combat rigs as they called it in that game, but it was more designed in a way where one ability was more offensive than the other. And now that I mentioned that, the same thing went for Black Ops 3. Oh, by the way, when I say offensive type of play or is more offensive, I mean that it can directly impact the opposing player. For example, when it comes to Ruin in Black Ops 3, you have the gravity spikes which can take out enemies really quickly, and then the overdrive ability which allowed him to run and move around a little bit more faster. The gravity spikes would be the offensive designed ability, while something like the overdrive wasn't, because you can't really go ahead and directly harm enemies with that overdrive ability. The same thing with Seraph back in Black Ops 3. She had her weapon called the Annihilator, which was a one-shot pistol that can immediately take enemies out, and then an ability called the Combat Focus, which gave players a bonus on the score that they earned for maybe getting a kill from time to time or even playing the objective. The Annihilator would be the offensive designed ability, while the Combat Focus wasn't. So when it comes to that sort of design philosophy for games such as Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3 when designing specialists, they weren't as annoying. And notice how I said as, because even then there were players who still didn't like specialists in those games, but here in Black Ops 4, more people grew to dislike specialists because here in BO4, the specialists can carry two features now instead of one, just like how it was back in Infinite Warfare with their combat rigs, except on top of that, both abilities can be designed based off of an offensive type of play. A few examples are specialists here in Black Ops 4 such as Torque, whose Barricade and Razor Wire can both take enemies out or harm them. Or what about the Prophet with his Seeker Mine and Tempest? Once again, both abilities can be used offensively. And then one more example is Nomad. He has one of the most annoying dogs to ever come to the Call of Duty franchise that is literally a moving juggernaut, and then he also carries trip mines that can take enemies out if properly placed. Notice how all of the specialists that I've just mentioned are usually the ones that people get often annoyed by. Of course, I could have missed more specialists that I didn't mention already that also could be annoying, such as Zero, Ajax, etc. But the point I'm trying to make here is that when looking at the specialists who have both their main ability and their equipment designed around an offensive type of play, those tend to be the ones everyone has a problem with. And just to prove this point even more, I don't know about you guys, but I never hear people complain about Crash or Recon. Even at times, other specialists such as Ruin or Seraph don't even get as much complaints either, at least not as much as the other specialists that I already listed down earlier who tend to be annoying. So in the end, how can we fix this? If it were in my hands, how would I make the specialists more tolerable here in Black Ops 4? Well, remember earlier in the video where I mentioned how special issue equipment were a huge issue to why specialists are more annoying here in BO4 than any other Call of Duty that has specialists? Well, imagine if we went ahead and took all of that away. This includes Ajax's 9-bang, Battery's cluster grenade, Firebreak's reactor core, etc. Taking a look at the specialists now after eliminating their equipment shows how much more tolerable they could be if this were to actually happen. Think about it. When it comes to Ajax, you all would not have to worry about his 9-bang anymore and just worry about his shield. Or with Firebreak, only thing to watch out for is his Purifier. And when it comes to someone like the Prophet, well, you won't have to worry about his Seeker Mines anymore as well. So if we keep the earn rates of each specialist's main ability the same but take away their equipment, it would actually tone these specialists down by a lot, especially when you realize that most of the specialist equipment's charge times are about a minute to only 2 minutes max. What this would do is bring a nice balance for players who like specialists and players who don't. don't, because now each specialist will only have one extra feature that the enemy team has to worry about, and they will know what that feature is always going to be. On top of that, with the earn rate that we have here in Black Ops 4, these specialists' abilities will only occur maybe once or twice in a match at max. In my opinion, this would be perfect for Black Ops 4 and would give us a chance to try out some other equipment like the frag grenade or the concussion grenade, or even allow Treyarch to bring back different pieces of equipment as well from games like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 that we don't have here in Black Ops 4. Now, one more thing I want to go ahead and add on top of all of this is that if future Call of Duty titles do want to continue making specialists and put them into their games for whatever reason, which I'm sure most of us hope they don't, but in case they do, developers should design them in a way that Crash and Recon were designed, where they only have abilities that are non-lethal. Crash's TAC 5 only gives his teammates an extra health boost, and Recon's Vision Pulse just outlines enemies for a short period of time, not lethal whatsoever. Or if the specialists are going to have more than just one ability or feature, make both of them non-lethal. That way, they aren't as annoying to use or go up against, but once again, that's if Call of Duty decides to make specialists in future games. But anyways, these were just some of the things that I feel like caused Black Ops 4 specialists to not be as enjoyable, and things that I personally would do to change that. Let me know in the comment section below of what you guys think about this idea that I had. Did you like it or dislike it? And do you want specialists to stay in Call of Duty or have them get rid of all of them from here on out? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below if you guys want to go ahead and share your ideas. But with that said, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and follow me on my social media accounts to stay connected. Links will always be in the description below, and I will go ahead and talk to you guys in the next one. So take care of yourselves, and bye.